my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change, I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name, I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame, no I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate bitch, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Shit.
ma'am, I can hear you.
I'm echoing. I'm
Oh,
on the
shit.
device. How do I knock myself off?
We'll kick out the other one.
Well, I don't know how.
Do you have something
Can you
open?
do it?
Yeah, hold on, let me I'll put it forward up here.
Hey, everybody.
It doesn't give me that option on here. Like, do I have to have it on? Do I have to pull you up on here? Hold on. Let me see.
Hang on.
I add
There you
stage.
go.
Then I say remove from stage.
And all it does is just put me back.
Yeah. Well, do you have two apps open?
Maybe. I don't know. How do I click on?
I don't
If I
know.
hit cancel, what happens if I hit cancel?
I don't know. Worst thing is you could try it and see what happens.
It didn't do nothing.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Because it sounds like you have two apps open. Oh, she gone. She gone. Bye, Charlie girl. Ah. Oh, LTT. What's up, Adrian? Chaos Queen. Eliza. What does the fox say? Amy E. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? And Charlie will be up here in a minute, I guess. Guardian of Justice. We've been watching your videos. Hey, Metal Clips, how are you? Charlie she going Drop down, leave me up here. She got to figure out her stuff. I don't know what's going on.
I don't think I did it. Nope.
Are you echoing still? I don't hear an echo, but.
Yeah, I put myself up there.
Mm. Are you sure you don't have the app open? Like, I don't.
I don't know. Here.
Oh, anybody being snarky yet? Just Charlie
Oh,
girl.
no. Shit.
She being snark.
Oh,
Look, man, you think you were the one who went out and had a drink tonight.
smart man.
I sure did. I did, y'all. I went out to dinner with my older kids, my adult kids, because they weren't all able to come over last weekend. And we had technically 3 birthdays we celebrated tonight, sort of. My son's, mine on the 31st, my son's on the 1st, and then my daughter has hers on the 11th, so it's coming up. And yeah, went out and had a good time. And I looked at my son, and now, mind you, they're 24. She's almost 25, 26-year-old, and a 30-year-old. Okay, so these are all adult kids. They can buy their own alcohol, whatever. I looked at my son and I said, "Guess what? What?" And I said, "I can have a drink tonight because I'm not driving." Usually I'm driving.
Right.
So I was able to have a drink, and of course, the first 2 I chose, they weren't able to do it. I don't know why. Is this why I don't drink when I go out? Because every time I tried to order a drink, for some reason there's a problem.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
we
like,
don't have.
we don't do that.
Yeah, machine's down. This is on. Whatever. I'm like, oh Lord. I don't know. My daughter picked something. I said, that sounds good. I'll try that. I don't even know what it was called. Some kind of. I don't know.
Hey,
It was what?
can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I fixed it. The other bitch is gone.
That other Charlie girl, she's a problem. Told you, the Charlie girl that issue.
I never knew how to fix it, but I just figured it out, so I'll know from now on.
Ah, there you go. What did you do? What did you?
I had 2 StreamYards open, but I didn't know how to get to the other one, but I figured it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, good. Oh, hey, Earth. Oh, look at that. She's been a member for 7 months. We had another member over here for a while too. Hold on, let me find it. We got Earth for 7 months. Amanda. They had to come in
Amanda.
at 8 months. Woo. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Charlie girl has an evil echoing twin. Well,
Was
how
that
do we know?
echoing down there, y'all?
How do we know that the echoing twin was the evil one?
You don't. You don't. You don't know which one left or was
Oh,
kicked.
we just know we got one still.
Yep. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
That's right. That's right. Don't throw no fits down. See, we don't know. We'll have to. It remains to be seen which one we ended up with.
The world may never know.
Mm-hmm. You may never know. Oh goodness. Today's been nasty. It really has been an ucky weekend. They said it was going to.
Mm-hmm.
It sure did.
Yeah.
Laying low. Mm-mm-mm. Hey there, you boo poo. I was just
That's
chilling
right.
out
I
here.
was gonna say, the evil one might still be here.
Do I get a vote in this, or
Oh, I mean, no.
all right? Well, we'll figure it out on our own. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'll be right back. I got to take the pup out.
Okay.
I can still hear you, but
Okay. Yeah, that's right, Eliza. Hey, I saw Dre in here too. The echoing one might have been Charlie Girl. We all know and love. We will know if shit goes sideways tonight.
was it
Yeah.
echoing?
Are you trying to go sideways?
Never. If shit
Okay.
goes sideways, not me. Look, It always goes sideways when I'm on panel because I don't know what I'm doing. So nice try. I don't think that was going to work.
Oh, that is just, you know what? That sounds like something an evil twin would say in order to throw us off. That's what.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Mm.
God, it's
Well,
freezing outside.
not much going on here except for the grandson. They're trying to potty train his little butt, and my husband, who's, when I stop to think about it, he's
A
never really
man.
potty trained.
Just say it.
Well,
He's a man.
he's a man, but he's never really potty trained any of the kids. So I'm going. Good luck, bud. Good luck. Yes, puppy bark twice if you need help. Man, well, Charlie Girl might need some help. Oh, I cannot believe how daggone cold it is. I'm glad I got flowers the other day to plant. I was gonna put them in pots, and set them out there. Because you know me, I'm doing the lazy way now. I'm not gonna be weeding no flower bed as long as that flower bed is. I'm not doing it. And I'm glad I didn't plant them and put them outside. I would have just had to pull them in anyways because it was so cold. So they're sitting by the sink right now. My
What
husband looked at
is?
me. The flowers, the plants I got.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my husband looked at me and said, "Well, what are you gonna do with these?" As if they'd been there forever or something. I said, "I'm gonna plant them when it gets a little bit warmer and put them in my pots." But I got to get the dirt first. I got to get soil. So
Thank you, Jerry. It's a struggle.
it's a struggle to get your shit straight.
Yeah.
I hear that.
And there's no guarantees that it's going to stay that way. So look alive, people.
Stay on your toes. She said. Stay on your toes. You never know.
So what did you eat for dinner? For your
I got
birthday dinner?
I got the 6-ounce hand cut sirloin. Is that what that was? Oh hell, I don't remember. And then baked potato, loaded of course. Half of that, and then the steak was good.
Good.
And
I
some
had steak too. My son cooked it. So good. I did not have a potato though. I was good.
No, I had a few bites. I brought the rest home in the doggy bag with the grandson's stuff. His stuff was in there. He just was excited to see the French fries come up. Mom got him fries with his little burgers. And he was like, yeah, he immediately tried to give me one. He handed it across the table to me. Oh, that's okay, sweet. He was sharing. He was sharing. I could wait till Memorial, but it's going to probably stay hot after this cold snap here. It usually does, but who knows? What if I just put them in the pots and I can bring the pots inside?
Yeah. That's smart.
Audrey. Yeah, it got in the 30. It's the 30s here now. Yes, Tree. Ridiculous. Cold ass. No, man, this is ridiculous. I wore my I went out. I wore my sweater. My sweater, my jean jacket, my jeans, my UGG boots, and I was still cold. Okay, or it was cold. I was like, Lord, this is ridiculous. Oh yeah, potato soup would be good for tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Or some
But I
chili.
think it is supposed to get up to 60 tomorrow, so that'll at least be better than
Well, I'm
30s,
not
you know.
checking what mine is because I'll kick myself off. I'll just have to be surprised like everybody else.
Yeah, I really don't listen. I don't usually pay attention to the weather too much, you know, because it just,
Well, I don't
you
to
know.
the temperature, but I do with all these storms,
Mm,
you know.
yeah, well, I don't know. We had the storms the other day, and that was the worst of it. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. Right
Mm-hmm.
when the kids were supposed to be coming home, we thought, oh Lord, tornado
Mm-hmm.
blew right on through. Yep. I said, oh my goodness, had a few houses gone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
April
They just
Marine Mom.
they just keep getting worse every year.
Mm, I know. What is up with that? Mm-mm-mm. I was glad the tornado stayed over there and didn't come this way. Whew, a couple
Right.
miles from us. Good. But we're still intact.
Yep.
Amy said it's been 70s there. Oh, man, that's heaven right
Mhm.
there. That's a perfect day right there. We were talking about that earlier. 70s is perfect.
Yep.
It's awesome. Nice and,
And a good breeze.
man. So yeah, I got my heater out here going. That's ridiculous. I shouldn't be having to turn this heater back on in April.
I still got my heat on in the house
Mm-mm-mm.
and my
I know. Well, you know,
fireplace.
out there at Texas Tech, Raider Country, they were supposed to get snow. Was it, when was I looking at that? Yesterday or today? I don't remember, y'all. Just don't even pay attention to me. I just know that they had snow coming. And they weren't, visibility was supposed to be dropped down, da da da. I said, what the heck? It's desert out there. Mm-mm-mm.
Crazy.
Rhonda's gonna have winter remix over there tonight. That's no, y'all. No, that's it. I'm, I'm gonna go to Jamaica or someplace. I mean, so I don't do very well with the cold. I'm just saying. You know what was funny though? When we were
What?
talking during dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how we started talking about it, but the kids were talking about, uh, places that they weren't too fond of,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't help it because my daughter, she says, Iowa is awful. It's nothing but flat cornfields everywhere. And of course, I couldn't say anything because I mean they're not going to understand my references. And
Uh-huh.
I was laughing because I was like, yeah, it was pretty flat. That's where she went to college.
Oh,
So,
really?
and my other daughter, she's like, yeah, that was bad. Just cornfields. As soon as you hit it, boom. And she's like, I was thinking it wasn't going to be so bad. She said Nebraska had a cute little city, thinking, oh well, it's okay. And then boom, she hits Iowa, and she's like, oh my gosh. Oh, Southern Cali. Yeah, Guardian. No, not the cornfields. I know. I thought that was funny. Oh, hold on.
Oh. How is everyone tonight? Staying warm and dry, I hope.
Oh, okay. Thanks for holding it down for a second. She came to tell me he went potty on the pot pot.
Oh, good for him.
And he did number 2, which was really challenging.
Awesome. Did he tell her he had to go?
I don't know. I didn't ask that much. I just was excited he
Okay.
went. Yeah, okay,
Oh,
good.
Kim's growing up.
Yeah, when he's in the underwear all the time, then we'll say he's grown up.
I said he is growing up.
He's almost there. He's getting there. He's getting there.
Oh, he is.
Poor little thing. Well, Southern California is beautiful, though. I will say that. It's pretty.
I've never been to California.
What?
Nope.
You know, had to get you out there to Cali. I was born in Cali. I was born out there.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. All us kids were, except for the baby.
Yeah.
Waylon was born up in Washington, but the rest of us were cool cats born in Cali. Yeah, but I got a kick out of that when they were starting to go on about how Iowa stuff in the cornfields.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say, man, if I could tell you some stories.
I know. I was like, I should have just said, you ever heard of Children of the Corn?
Right?
I got you. Don't worry.
I can't say nothing. I'm surrounded by cornfields too.
Yeah, there are a lot of those in Ohio, too.
Mm-hmm.
I did tell the kids that, too. I was like, yeah, when I lived in Ohio, that's why we always said, oh, so-and-so's getting a driver's license, clear the cornfields.
Exactly. You better clear that corner.
Mm-hmm.
I got T-boned one time because of one of them corners.
Oh, really?
Or no, we T-boned the person pulling out. Yeah, she couldn't see us. And she pulled out from a side road and we T-boned her.
Big old corn stalks in the way, huh?
Yep.
I knew they were no good.
I think
Yeah.
that farmers should be made to keep a certain part of that, clear. And if it's not clear and somebody has a wreck, then they should be held liable.
Yeah, could be.
Known.
So Gilroy, California. Garlic.
Earth, not near. I live, they surround me.
Oh, so this is the evil Charlie girl. Oh, so they're downgrading from corn to soybeans, huh?
They mix them into
Oh, look, she said even better. Be right back.
I think that Jenna, they're doing something different besides corn too around her.
Well, their corn didn't last year.
They didn't get anything from it. It was infested with some kind of something.
I don't know.
Something overtook it. I don't remember. I don't know that she ever figured it out, but
It was bad crop.
mm-hmm.
Spread it far and wide, or spread it far and wide. We're doxing each other, girl. She's surrounded by cornfields. Yeah, I know. You got to rotate them crops. You got to different crops pull out different nutrients from the dirt, and got to rotate them all. So I guess this is the year of the soy.
Yeah.
I'm not doing no crops. So I don't have to worry about it. Hell, that was all I could do just to get the mulch in the front flower bed. That's enough for me. I'm like, whew, I'm done. It didn't take us very long, but still.
Look what Pearl said.
Take it over by pigeons. Lost the will to live. That's probably exactly what happened. Oh no, you can't do this. And I did. Oh, I I don't know if I sent it to you, Charlie girl. Did I?
What?
I'm gonna have to see if I sent it to you. Where they roasted pigeons?
Yes, at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yes, that was awful. And not only
Oh,
did they roast them, but they held the camera out there and you could see them on fire.
well, you know what? Apparently, in South Korea, their pigeons aren't any smarter than ours. They had fair opportunity to get
They
up out of
they did, absolutely.
there.
Hmm.
That's right. Where's that torch? That's one powerful torch. We need to get that. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh. And I don't even know why that popped up, but it did. And I was like, I got to share this. Because they even gave them warning, man. They were like, smoke check. Mm. And they still hung around. Mm-mm-mm.
Did.
They was just waiting for it, you know? Go
They said
ahead,
we got the
son.
best seat in the house and we ain't giving it up.
Right? Yeah. Like, what's wrong with you? Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. It's ridiculous, though. Mm. Poor little pigeons. Mm. Well, maybe they didn't realize what was happening to them, you know? It was too late by the time they realized
It's
it,
too
probably.
late. What if one of them had taken off on fire?
Charlie girl, what the? Oh my God. You know, then I
Just
would think that
saying.
that might look like a phoenix, wouldn't it? Phew. You
It
know?
would. It would. Yeah.
Right. Right. Hey, stars. Might look like a phoenix rising.
Hey, everybody.
I did see one of those clip channels watching it.
Hmm.
They had a nice dialogue between Perp and Matthew over there, Letitia.
Oh, really?
And, hmm and she was going on about the GoFundMe she did for her car. Do you remember
Hmm.
how much she did that GoFundMe for? Just out of curiosity. I mean, I remember, but I was just
How
wondering if
much
you
she
did.
set it for?
Hmm
2,500, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she
Um,
says that when she got enough money, she closed it down. That she didn't reach the 2,500.
no, she said that she only set it for 1,500.
Oh,
Hmm I said, that's a lie. Why would you
well,
lie about something like that? What the hell? Exactly, pearls. Exactly. Oh, look, this is what it sounds like when doves fly.
but she said that was the reason that she did it because she thought if Jenna could do that and get a car, why not try to get one for herself?
Uh huh. Yeah. Hey, Magpie. And it was 2,500. She also said a whole bunch, other people helped too. Well, I know a couple of people who gave her some funds, but it wasn't anywhere near.
Yeah,
It wasn't. Whatever you donated was awesome, right? But if it's not even enough for
absolutely.
gas, then it's kind of hard to say that, whatever. Anyway, we already know who gave her the money. And that is kind of like a slap in the face to the one who did donate all that money to her, for her to now say that
Mhm.
she didn't. And look, she's going to say that she ended up, man, that she ended up putting her money towards it. If you had that money, you would have never set it for the 2,500. You wouldn't have set it for the 1,500 that you are now claiming you set it for. You would have only set it for what you needed, right?
Hey, good
So make
girl,
that.
Chaos Queen.
Hey, Jeep girl. Like, oh, she makes fun of Tony for having an allowance?
Yep.
Oh, well, at least Tony gets some money. I mean, I don't know.
And did anybody watch her live last night? The second one, not the birthday one.
No, I told you I watched the thing that Fuck About and Find Around put out. It was a
Well,
clip
it
that
was
she put.
titled, what was it? Late night. Y'all help me.
I'm sorry, I can't. I don't know. Star said she heard it was cringe. May have been cringe.
All she did was play YouTube or TikTok videos. It was 58 minutes, and the entire 58 minutes. Well, I didn't watch the whole thing. I kind of skipped through it, but through the whole thing, that's all I saw.
Mm.
Now, if she did anything in between there, maybe I missed it. Oh,
LTT
yeah.
said showed.
Thank you, LTT. Late Night Showdown.
Uh,
Was that clickbait?
May have been. I don't know.
Seems like it.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I should watch her more because she lied on that one with Matthew on panel. I don't know if they were on her panel or his panel. I don't know. But they were up there talking together at the same time. I thought,
Yeah. I know he's been on hers recently.
I heard he was kind of letting her have it at one point, somebody said. I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like much of a showdown. You're right. It doesn't. I know. I don't
I
know.
didn't see anything that was a showdown. Maybe she was expecting trolls or something.
Maybe she was.
And maybe they did come in and I just skipped over that part. I don't know.
No, because if they did and there was a showdown, it would have been longer than 58 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm
I
telling
don't
you,
understand why she shut down the one and restarted another one. The first one was the birthday thing.
I don't know. Yeah, she loves the trolls. I'm telling you, y'all. She was doing a live one day, and we were chatting, and all of a sudden, Jenna gets a text message saying, "Here's StreamYard link. Come on panel." Remember that?
Yep. That sounds familiar.
I said, "You are so desperate that you got to text somebody a StreamYard link trying to get him to come up." Oh my goodness! I was
Hey,
like, what in the world?
Roxanne.
Yeah, that's true, Pearl. That's true. Yeah, it must have been. She said it must be uncomfortable for those other women who are in her chat and receive allowances from their husbands and spend most days on their bed. To hear Pert mocking women like them, it's awkward. Yeah, I mean, you call it an allowance, call it whatever you want, but some people call that budgeting. I'm just
Mhm.
saying. Like honestly, if you have one of the spouses doesn't work, then hey, this much, you got this much spending money, I've got this much, blah blah blah. I mean, I get that. Okay.
Yep.
Personally, I kind of, I just go to work. I'm
Right.
sorry. I just look. I want my spending money to be somewhat controlled by what I
Yeah,
do.
I did too. I didn't want to be felt like I owe somebody. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to contribute.
Yeah. Which I mean, whatever works for you. I mean, I'm not down on anybody for it. It is what it is. If
No,
that works,
absolutely
great.
not.
But for me, you know what? I know. Okay. I got my job. We're good. You know. Nobody gonna sit there and be like, well, you only have this much. I'm limited by what my paycheck is. You know,
Hmm.
and that's hard to handle sometimes. It should be unlimited. That would be so awesome.
Right.
I mean, we had a chance when you went to win the lotto the other day, but you didn't. So
I know. That was bad.
yeah, yeah, stars. Yeah, that's the thing. We don't do it like. I mean, if it works for you, that works. I mean, there's nothing. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, you can't just go willy nilly spending money that you don't have. because then it's going to get you in a whole lot of trouble. So if you know, hey, this is how much this month, that I mean, you gotta have some kind of idea, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
or somebody's not paying the mortgage or their electric bill or something. Oh yeah, donating is good too. Yep, donate's good. It's good. Yeah, I know what you mean. My money is his money.
Exactly, Jeep girl. That's the way it was with us. Because I paid all the bills, so he just handed me his check.
Yeah. Well, I figure, as long as the bills get paid, right? I mean, it don't matter. As long as the bills get paid, food gets put on the table,
Mm-hmm.
you're good.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. No shame in that game at all. And if you can cut it on one income, there you go. I just don't know how anybody cuts it on one income, though. Honestly. Like, well, I guess we could if I didn't like to, buy things. You
If
know?
you didn't like to, eat,
Yeah, if I didn't want to
have
eat and feed my,
electricity.
yeah, if I didn't want all that. It would just be hard for us to operate on one budget.
Yeah.
One. It's just nicer to have two. I'm just gonna say.
Yep.
I always tell my kids, work hard, play hard. You wanna take those trips, you wanna go out, have outings, you wanna do this and that. Well, you gotta work and get that money coming in.
Yep.
Exactly, Pearl. Exactly. Yeah, I think so too. Stars. I do. I do. Yeah. Hey, right, Amy. You gotta own the company. Oh my goodness. I know. You gotta be a big wig or something. I don't know. I'm still counting on one of my kids to own a company. We can all sit back and relax. That would be nice. That would be nice.
Right.
I know. You got it. Oh man, the rent is expensive.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's ridiculous. I'm sitting there going, ooh, I'd get. You know what? I look. If anything ever happened to my husband, or we got divorced, whatever. If anything happened to him, you know what I'd do?
What?
I'd sell this place in a heartbeat. I'd get that RV out there. I'd live in the dang on RV, and I'd have a nice little life. I'm telling you. It'd be kind of hard with no craft room, but other than that, it'd be all right. We have to adjust a little, put the kids, we could survive. We'd be fine, but
Yeah.
jeez. Of course, he's like, well, I got enough life insurance, so you can have the house paid off. Yeah, really? Taxes will eat me alive. I'll be working to
Right.
pay the taxes. Uh-oh. First, you can't figure out a name, huh? She's gonna have to get some help. It'll be a good one if Pearl helps you out. Oh, yeah, that's true, Magpie. Emotional projection. Like I said, you go out and you work and you got what you got. Be happy with what you have. Yeah, stars. We do get, you know what? When we sold our other house and we bought this one, taxes were a lot lower here. And we're like, cool. Because our taxes on our other house were over $10,000 a year. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Wow. That is
I
ridiculous.
said, oh my God, we can get out of here. I mean, that's a lot of money. And yeah, so now this one out here, they're starting to creep up too. And I'm like, oh man, you're gonna
Oh,
be
is that
killing us.
what taxes are on $500,000 house?
No, our last house was how not 500,000.
It's a joke.
Oh, I know. The snarky stuff? Oh, Eliza. Snarky. See, Star, I'm telling you, 10,000 a year. You break that down per month. Oh, what I told my husband is we'll never own our home because we'll always have somewhat of a mortgage payment coming out. You paid off the taxes of your mortgage payment. You might as well say almost $1,000 a month, 2 months off. And on retirement, let's face it, $1,000 on retirement. That's I don't know.
Did you see Fancy's
What?
new clip that she made? Has
Which
everybody
one?
seen that?
Which one? Right, stars. Look, stars. Hold on, real quick. Does Purple not realize that a $500,000 house is not that wild? She kept saying it like it was shocking. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Exactly. Look, I know what our market, and I was thinking about that too. I'm thinking, do you not? Okay, first house we bought was back in 1999 or nine. Hold on, 99. Yes, 99. Maybe it was 2000 because it was before I had my daughter. She was born 2000. I think it was the end of 99, beginning of 2000, somewhere in there. Well, ever since then, and even before then, because we were looking at buying, I've always watched the market. I always watch the houses. I see what they're doing. And maybe it's just because we moved so much growing up that the housing market was a huge deal for us as a family. Like, because we were constantly buying and selling, buying and selling. My parents were anyways, not me, but so I've always watched the market. And I'm like, you do realize that you can't really touch a house around here where I'm at. Um, what you used to be able to get for 100, 80 to 100,000 years back, now you're looking at 300,000 plus.
Yep.
It's the way the market is what they're saying these houses are worth. So I don't know. I'm just kind of perplexed by that, but it is what it is. If you got a house and it's well under that, hold on to it. You know. Oh yeah, Liza, exactly. Out there in Cali, 500, you're gonna be a major fixer upper.
Can you play a clip that I put in back chat?
I am
Or
not on my laptop.
you can't do it? Okay.
Yeah, Brian's in there sleeping. Yeah, no, I say exactly anything under 500,000. That the last few years, it's gone up real high. So you gotta. Hopefully, you bought like we did. You buy when it's good. In the last few years, houses have just skyrocketed around here. Stars maybe just foundation. You'll be able to buy you get just the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you wanted me to play Fancy's clip? Look, I can't talk. Like I'll
Yeah.
drink with dinner and I'm done for. At least it was good. No, yeah, California to return. Yeah, California's beautiful, but it's expensive. That's for sure. I know. Have you ever looked at houses in California?
Mm-mm. I've watched what's the show where they go and flip houses?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I've seen what they end up selling them for after they flip them. I'm like, what?
Oh, you don't ever get on there and just search different areas? But see,
No.
I'm crazy with
Mm-mm.
it because I do. I love to look at different areas of the country and see, oh, how much are houses in here, and
Yeah.
it does vary greatly. You can go in one state and two 200,000, you can have a pretty decent place. Other places you can't.
Right.
Oh, there you go, Eliza, for less than 100K. That's it. See, we had our house built when we moved out here. We had that house built.
Mm-hmm.
Got to pick everything out in it, blah blah blah, But y'all, the neighborhood turned to shit. So, oh my gosh, it was bad. It's still really rough. I was like, what in the world? And there's some really nice houses out there.
The one you moved from, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's sad. It really is sad.
Yeah. Yeah, because look what that does to everybody's property value.
Yeah. I mean, they're still going up. Believe it or not. And they're not as. I will say this though, they're not as high as other places in that same city, in that same town.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's like the low end of the area. It's like, oh my God, we were just glad to be out of there. Yeah, I don't know. It's 4 bedroom, 2 bed. Heck yeah, Elijah, you better hold on to it. Imagine what you can get for when you sell it. That's nice. You're sitting on a landmine right there.
Gold mine.
Gold mine. Yeah, you said gold mine. I always say landmine for some reason. That's kind of bad. I shouldn't say that. That is, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Like Rhonda said, wording is hard. Yes, it is. I know. Yeah, right, Eliza. You gotta leave it to your kids, man. Mm. That's what I think we'll do with this, but I do think too, well, we could sell and we'd be set for the rest of our lives. But
hmm What? Then you
then,
got to move somewhere else. So,
no,
you
we just
know.
live in the RV and travel.
Oh, okay.
Thought about that, but then that really won't work because all the kids like to come home and you know what I mean?
Right.
So we just leave it to the kids as what'll happen. They'll get all of it and somebody will want it. My oldest had said that. He goes, well, we'll probably be fighting over it. He didn't mean like they would be fighting over it. He goes, somebody's going to want the house.
hmm
Y'all be crazy if you didn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll. And there's enough property they can build a couple homes.
I was going to say, do you think any of them will do that?
Birthday boy was thinking about it.
Was he?
Uh-huh. He was talking about where he's going to build it and everything. So,
Cool.
okay. Mm-hmm. I'm cool with that. Yeah, exactly, stars. That's what I'm saying. My kids all, kind of homebodies. They like to be home and hell, my daughter who's 30, she's like, well, wherever you're at is where I'm going to be. I could be a town or two over, but that's going to be as far as I'm willing to be. So if we're going to move, we got to let her know
hmm
we're going to move
She's
far away.
moving too.
Yeah. Well, and I got other kiddos that are like that. They want, everybody wants to be close by.
Yeah.
What do rent a room in the Bay Area, 1,500 minimum? Ooh, that's just a room.
Wow.
Oh, dang, Pearl, 36. See, that's good. 1989. I know you don't have them prices anymore. It's ouchie, ouchie. 1,500. I tell you what. I know my one kiddo's getting ready to get stationed out in California. I think he's going to be in for a rude awakening out there.
Sticker shock.
Hopefully, stay in your quarters. You may not want to go out and rent
hmm
them. It's just ridiculous how much stuff costs. It's like, oh my gosh, they could pay us a little more, you know. But It's all right. I mean, I'm just gonna enjoy my life, enjoy living in my home. Hopefully, one day when I'm gone, my kids or my grandkids will enjoy it. Ah, yeah, stars. Hello. Yep. See, look, he's gonna be out to sea too. And yep, San Diego, the house, military housing allowance. Yeah. But, like I told my oldest when he was joining the Air Force, I said, what you need to do is you need to find some dependable people. And this dependable is the key word here. You know, y'all rent a place together because then, you're splitting it. If you can get, a 3 or 4 bedroom place, split it 3 or 4 ways. So you can afford it and you still, have a little bit of extra money off of that. Well, my son did that. My oldest, well, he didn't have to share anything though, because he had a friend who had a house that they were getting ready to, they were going to fix it up and sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just stayed there for a long time. They were like, oh, yeah. They were roommates at first, but then they bought a house. They bought another house.
Yeah.
And so he ended up having the house to himself. And we stayed there until they were ready to sell it. And he just kind of fixed it up and stuff. And he didn't pay, but it was a really, really, really cheap amount.
Yeah.
And, helped fix it up. And then he saved up money and bought a house himself. So,
Right.
yeah, exactly, Magpie. It's not a whole lot. I mean, you got to find ways, but that's cool, stars. That is cool. Bought a house with Andy guy. I bet that costs money too. Ooh, yeah, at least it covers that. Yeah, if you can get a way to cover up some of that mortgage, as long as the person there is dependable and pays their part and isn't doing stupid stuff, because sometimes young military, people can get themselves in a little bit of a bind. Just saying. you know, we were young and in the Navy, and we saw some stuff. Different
Right.
people, different situations. That's why I always warn them: make sure they're dependable. Make sure you can count on them to do what they're supposed to do. But it works out beautifully if you can. Oh yeah, there you go. Yep, they all report to the same base, so he knows where to find them. Exactly. And it helps too that he knows when payday is. He knows when those checks hit. Not come and pay your rent. Because that is a thing, and all military gets paid at the same time.
Right.
So I don't know. Hopefully it'll work out. And I don't even know if he'll be, you know, he's sea duty, so I don't think he'll be probably even really looking for a place. I think he'll just, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. He'll figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Pony up, it's payday. Come on. Well, Amy said the rent in San Diego is insane. Yeah. Well, depends on how much time he's deployed. If he's out for a long period of time, it's kind of crazy to go and rent a place when you're not there.
Yeah.
You don't miss yeah, you don't miss the days of having 4 roommates. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? I got a shit ton of roommates now and they ain't leaving.
And they don't pay shit, do they?
No, they don't, but they sure don't mind eating the food. And they want me to cook it for them.
Right?
They're little squatters. My little squatter. I love them though. I love them. They're my little squatters. You keep them around. Okay. They're growing too. I mean, when he's 16,
Oh my
less than
gosh.
2 years, he's gonna be 18, and when you already have kids that are grown, you do realize how fast it goes.
Right.
So I look at B, I'm like, he's 12, man. Oh Lord, boy, you got a ways to go. We got to prepare you. We're running out of time. It
Yeah.
just seems like they're so young. You look at them and like I still look at them as like babies. And I'm like, wait a second, no, in 6 years, he's going to be old enough to join the military or, move out or go to college or whatever it is. And I'm
Yep.
like, wow, holy shit. So it's just, that's a big jump when you think about it.
It is,
Oof,
but don't blink, you know.
I, I know. Well, if I do blink really long, I might get to where the twins are almost 18. But
Uh, yeah. Then you'll have more
yeah,
grandbabies by then.
no, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, stars, they will crash at some point, and that's going to be sad. It's going to be hard. It goes up and down, up and down. So, yeah, I don't know. I hope I have more grandbabies by then. I
Ain't no telling how many you're gonna end up with.
don't know. I only got three right now. And I wait for more. I enjoy the ones I got.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's walking now. He's walking all over the place. Like,
I
hey, I've been
know.
doing this my whole life. Like, holy moly. I think he has been walking, just not when
I
mom
was
and
gonna
dad were
say
both.
he's not unsteady on his feet. He's been hiding and walking. Nobody knew it.
I think he has because when his mama recorded it and she's like, look, and he literally turned and started
Yes,
walking.
he was just standing there like a grown man, and then just took
Like,
off walking.
you should see him squat down. He just, I was like, oh, you've been doing this for a hot minute, haven't
Hmm.
you? He probably has. He all just smiling at you like, hey, hey. It's funny though, because that daughter, has the two grandbabies.
Hmm.
My other grandson, he is the one that he listens to every time she says anything to him. She'd be like, hey, sit down, stop doing that. And he's like, sits down, he looks at her like, okay. And I said, oh, honey, we need to have you around more often. And she
Right,
says, no, the only reason he listens to me is because I'm not around him all the time.
right. Hmm.
As it probably, you're right, Eliza. I think he was. He's been practicing behind their backs, waiting for him to
Hmm.
do his debut. I think he has been. Little booger. he's, he's the sweet one. His sister's wild and crazy. She's so energetic and choom, 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 choom. And he's like, hey, how you doing? you know, so laid back and chill. Which is good. Mama needs one who's laid back and chill.
Yeah.
Because my granddaughter, she had called me to tell me happy birthday, right? And
Oh.
I thought I was going to get seasickness on that phone call. She's video chats. And she sits there and she'll take the phone and she puts it down and sets it up so I can see what she's doing. And
Uh-huh.
it's not all like everything is in frame. But she's
Hmm.
all over the place, busy, busy, busy. And she's like, yeah, yeah, blah, 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 yeah, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yes, baby. Oh my goodness, what are you doing now? And she's doing all kinds of stuff. I said, does your mama know? She's all over the place. She's got energy. I said, "Where's your brother at?" And she'll show me. He's over there. And then
Does she
she's off
still
to
call
another
you
one.
on her tablet?
Yeah, when she has it, she does. She's- yeah, it calls from her, you know. Eh,
Mhm.
it's like, okay, let's go. But you know, she's full of energy.
Oh yeah. If her body stops moving, her mouth don't.
That's right. Unless she's doing arts and crafts. If
Yeah.
she was doing those beads, she was so
Zoned
concentrated. And
in.
I was like, oh, I know what to do with you. And
Mhm.
when I need you to settle down, I'm gonna get the beads out and get her some, get her going.
Right.
He said she's very far behind. The 500K is a box here. See? Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. I just don't understand why anybody else is worried about what anybody pays for their home. I mean, have you thought? I wonder how much so and so paid for their home. I mean, does anybody do that? Like,
No, and why would you take time to look them up? Because,
hmm yeah. I mean, wow. Okay. Don't send them your
well,
address,
she
y'all.
must be looking at the wrong house if that's what she thinks it cost.
Yeah, she might be. She might be. Like I said, I keep up with that stuff. You don't have to worry about it.
Hmm.
I keep up. I don't know anybody else's, but I shouldn't have had that drink, man. I tell you what, I had one drink and then we got up.
What did you have?
I don't know what it was. I told you because I tried to order a pina colada. That didn't work. I said, okay, do
They
you
didn't know how
strawberry
to make
dash?
a pina colada?
No, their little machine thing, blender up was down. I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was like, you know, I don't know. So I tried to do a strawberry daiquiri. That was a no go. I was like, great. That's why I said, why do I even try to order a drink every time I try to order something? Like the last time I was at a
Order a
restaurant.
order a fuzzy navel. It's two ingredients.
I know, but no, I got something. It was a fruity drink like that. I don't know what it was called. It was some kind of tornado something or other. I don't know. But well, I thought I was gonna be sick afterwards. I was like, ooh, because I don't hardly ever
Mm.
drink. The last time I tried to order a drink was, I guess it was about 3 years ago. That's so sad. In the height of you know, COVID, and we were out of town working, and a group of us had gone out to go to dinner. It was a restaurant right next to the hotel. They were open. We go in, and there was problems with them ordering stuff. So I went to order a drink, and they're like, "Oh, we are out of this and this." And I was like, "Okay, well, do you have that?" No, I'll skip it. Just give me an ice water with lemon. It's okay.
Mhm.
I'm not like, oh, I have to have a drink. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Pearl. Wages have not kept up. Exactly. Hey, get to know. Another problem is foreign investors are buying up properties and renting them out at ridiculous. Yes, they are. Yes.
I get to know.
He said, "What up? What up? What up?" Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have to do something about that. About the housing market, I guess. But meanwhile, I'll attempt in another few years to order a drink somewhere, and they'll probably tell me they're out of it or the machine's broke. I guess the blender. I guess I don't know.
Order a purple hooter shooter.
Oh,
That's what I was drinking when I met my husband that night.
That's why he's your husband. Okay. Hmm. Oh yeah, Pearl. Exactly, Pearl. I'm not bothered to know what people paid for their houses, same way that I'm not interested in how much someone spent on a kid's birthday party or a used Mercedes.
That's right.
Exactly. I have no desire to care. I don't really, I'm the same. I don't really care. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad you had a birthday party. We have birthday parties all the time around here. Uh, you know, Texas. I've seen people do birthday parties pretty big in Texas. Let me tell you, it's crazy. I'm like, huh. I don't know about some of the stuff they do for birthday parties are pretty out there. But what makes the party a success is if people are there having a good time.
Right.
Have fun, have a good time. That's what's important. Enjoying each other's company. I tell you what, the big thing that I do for birthday parties is that we got, especially for the kids, you got to have something for them to have fun. You know,
Hmm.
kids can have fun and they're playing, doing their thing, then the adults can too. You
Right.
have more, you got to watch the kids, of course, but you can sit and talk and stuff, you know.
Hmm.
We had, I don't know, you remember that party not too long ago we had? I'm
The
trying to
water
remember. I think,
slide.
yeah, we get the kids love to blow up water slides.
Hmm.
Um, had that. And even, okay, because look, we live out in the country, okay, y'all? And yeah, the water slide is fun. The kids had a blast on it. But we still went out to the side, I call it the side pasture out there.
Hmm.
And um, we got tarps and
Yep.
pools, do
Hmm.
that. And we put a bunch of baby soap down there because one other time we were at our aunt and uncle's place, and their kids and grandkids were there. We all hang out and stuff. Um, and we had used Dawn dish soap, and we learned from that time not to do the Dawn dish soap because it was getting in the kids' eyes and they were crying.
Right.
Bad mistake, bad mistake. So this time I even said to him, I was like, look at this. I got the tear-free baby soap here, baby
There you
shampoo.
go.
And they're like, so that's what we were out there doing in the side pasture, just kicking it. We had the hose dragged all out there and everything, hooked them up, few hoses. It's out there. We had a blast. And it was cheaper than the bounce house. Than the
Right.
bounce, the water slide thing. But we had a good time. Only one kiddo ended up having a meltdown. Well, it was a couple kiddos, but one of their kiddos had a meltdown, came inside. We dried him up, wrapped him up, put him on the couch. He was watching TV. It was like, oh, he wanted to win and he thought he wasn't winning. And then his sister was yelling
Aw,
at him, wasn't playing the rules right. And she was very competitive,
of
extremely
course
competitive.
she is.
I was like, I like you. She's like, you're not doing it right. We're not gonna win. She was out. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh well, honey, maybe yeah, they got their whole bodies washed. Like, rinse them off for going inside. Yeah. But that's what we did with the tarps. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're still on the bounce, the water slide thing, but they had fun. And of course, that water slide, the guy didn't come pick it up like he was supposed to. So we had it for an extra couple days. And the kids were out there using it. We got our money's worth on that one. Put it up. You want a tiny house? You know, do you, Pooh? I think about getting a tiny house as a craft
I would
house. I do.
love one. I'd live in it.
I know. Well, that's probably why, because my husband was talking about it, and I think that's probably why he's decided not to do it. Well, not that he's decided not to do it. We just haven't done it yet. Probably because he's like, yeah, I'll never see you. You'll always be out there. Hello. My craft room, I can't get away from him in there. You know, kids come in there and do stuff. So
Hmm.
they come out to the tiny house and do it too. So of course, he had the audacity to walk into my craft room. He goes, "Man, you got a lot of stuff in here." And I and I said, "I need my shelf up there so I could put. I've got certain things I'm putting up there that are just kind of lined up on the floor right now."
Hmm.
And I did say to him, I said, "Hold up." I said, "You got a whole shop out there, a big shop.
Right.
Full of it.
Hmm.
When you get me a building that big and I have all my stuff out there, maybe we can talk. But
Yeah.
until then, you better back off."
Tell him let's swap.
I know. I'm like, "You want to put your shit in here?" You're like, "No, that's not going to work." It's so sad because that shop, on the other side, it's got a garage door for an RV to go in, right? So you can,
Mhm.
when that storm was coming up the other day, I said, "Man, you should put the truck in the shop." I said, "Put it in the garage," and he's like, "It won't fit in the garage." I said, "It won't fit in the garage." He's like, "No, look," and I'm like, "Okay, we'll put it in the shop." He's like, "It won't fit in the shop." What? Well, maybe you need to downsize some of that stuff. I don't know, but
Why
he's got the
wouldn't it
lift.
fit in the shop?
He said because the lift is in there. He's got the lift and the poles for it. Now it won't go in there. That
Hmm.
it's too wide because it's the dually, the dually, and it's got
Hmm.
the big ass end. I
Hmm.
said, "Lord have mercy." Won't he? And he can't get it in on the other side because he's got the mower and all that stuff in there.
Well, he needs to move that shit.
That's why I'm saying hello. But shop, I said, "You go out to your shop. I don't tell you what to do in your shop. Don't come to my craft room. Tell me what."
Exactly.
you know. I gotta have a place for all my yarn. I gotta have my place for my cricket. I got my stuff for my bows, all that ribbon, And then there's
Your resin.
yeah, and the jewelry, and I've got all these little stations. Mm.
Hmm.
Not to mention, it doubles as a guest room because the bed's in there. If I didn't
Sure
have the bed in
do.
there, you know. Mm.
Yep.
Oh, that sounds like fun, Eliza. See, I'd have fun there. Well, I used to maybe, but maybe not now. They have the look. I say that because at the place we went to, they got a saddle. And if it's your birthday, they'll bring it over and you sit in the saddle, blah, blah, blah. People say happy birthday to you.
Hmm.
My daughter did it. My son, I looked at him. I was like, "Hey, go ahead." And he goes, "No." And he's real serious.
Hmm.
He's like, "I will walk out of this place." And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "How about you?" And I said, "I walk out right behind you." Get in that saddle. I don't think so. I was like, I'll end up having to need traction, and the saddle doesn't even move. It's not even like a Bronco Bowl or anything.
Hmm.
I'm not young enough for that stuff anymore. Oh, they had hammers, and the kids could check out what they could build onto whatever was happening. Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Hmm.
Mud
I'd love
park.
to go to Mud Park.
Mm. Ooh, they got one where you can drive tractors, diggers, dump. Oh man, that sounds like fun. See, all that sounds like fun right there.
Hmm.
Mhm. Man, I don't know. There was a RV place not too far from here.
Hmm.
That looks like a whole lot of fun. I hadn't seen it before, so I'll have to look and see where it's at. um, as far as on the map, because I was like, I don't ever remember passing that. So it's got to be off of the interstate. But
Mhm.
check that out because that'll be a nice little weekender, to do for a few days. Take the
Right.
kids and go park, get the RV up and running and get it going. And well, it's not an RV. Yeah,
Motorhome.
it's an RV. No, it's not a motorhome. It's a pole
I don't know
trailer.
the difference.
Well, that's what I was trying to think. Because an RV, motorhome and RV are two different things, right? Motorhome's the one you drive. The RV is on fifth
So
wheel.
you don't drive?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Yeah, be a four wheel and a long dirt road. Oh, well, our kids love the four wheelers and stuff, and we didn't. We had that four wheeler, but it went bye bye because of the accident. And then my son
Yeah.
just got another four wheeler recently. He loves it, and we got the Can Am, and we go out. We got the dune buggy thing. It's a little four-seater dune buggy,
Mhm.
and we got to do some work on that. Because last time we had it out, we were riding around just and see we're terrible because we like to kind of like race around and we play out on the property with the vehicles, right?
Yeah, I
With
wouldn't
the
know
side.
anything about that.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, and they have a max speed. You really should go max speed all the time, right? So
Uh-huh.
we're cruising around in this dune buggy. I'm driving. My oldest daughter's sitting next to me, and then we have little man, your boyfriend. All right, he's sitting
Mhm.
in the back. Got him in a car seat, strapped in, so it's good. And we're cruising around, and we come down the driveway because we had come up the pasture and went out the front and came around, and
Mhm.
flying. And I'm trying to remember who it was. One of the kiddos has just gotten here, and we come flying, and I come by to hit the brakes, and all of a sudden there's no brakes, and
Mm.
I look over at him, and I'm like, "We have no brakes. We have no brakes."
Oh my
And
gosh.
my daughter's in there laughing, and then she goes, "Wait a minute, are you serious?" And I said, "We don't have any brakes," and we're just laughing our butts off, right? And we go cruising on up, you know, the past the shop. Well, there's a cattle guard area down there, and it goes over the creek. Well,
Mhm.
the cattle guard. So there was just a gaping hole into the creek.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, yeah. I know it is. My daughter is the one that has two of our grandkids. She had just gotten here. And so we go cruising up and we're sitting there, we're kind of laughing, but we're not. We can't stop laughing because it's like, I can't stop. I can't stop. And either way I went at that point, there's nowhere you can steer off. Like I could have gone to the first dip down, that goes back behind the deck,
Mhm.
but we probably would have tipped over. We
Yeah.
would have, gone sideways. So I was like, I can't turn. And then so we had to keep going back to that cattle guard. And once we got closer to it, I said, "Oh shit." And my daughter's like, "What?" And I said, "It's out." And she's looking and she's like, "Oh my God." And so once you get to that point, there is nowhere to go. You're either go to the left, you're going down into the creek through a bunch of, you know, brush and trees. Boom, you're still
Mhm.
going down. Go to the right, same thing, like either way, we're going into the creek. So I just kind of let it go, and I was like, maybe we'll be able to kind of like, shoop, boop, and hop over to the other side. And no, no, we it did not work. We ended up nose diving, nose first, boom, it went up and then landed back down.
Mhm.
And my daughter and son were back there freaking out, and they come running flying because they thought we had tipped over all the way. And
Uh-oh.
we were just sitting there. We just looked at each other. We're like, "Oh shit!" We ended up getting little man out, and we had to pull the thing out of there. But that was the last time. We got to fix it and get the brakes working again. Because I had looked at my daughter. And I was like, "You want to go back out? You want to go back out on the thing?" She goes, "It's just no." I was okay. But yeah, so that's the last time we have used that, so I need to fix it. But
We had a go-kart when we were kids, and um, we would always see who could go around the house the quickest.
mhm.
So it was my turn, and I'm flying as fast as I can. It's dark. Well, I got to the one side of the house, and I turned too soon, and I went into the garage. And honey, I had it floored. And all of a sudden, all you hear is all this glass breaking. My mama had all her canning jars out there.
Oh no!
Oh, they thought I was dead. And I thought, well, if I'm not, then she's going to kill me. Oh, that was awful.
You were dead either way.
Right. Hmm.
Mm, man, that's just oh my god. See, brakes are a tricky thing. I'm
And
telling you.
it was dark in the garage too, so I had no clue what I had hit. I just heard a
Oh,
bunch of glass breaking.
oh, dang. Did you get cut up or anything?
No, not at all.
Good. Whew.
Hmm.
I would have been like, hey, I don't care about that as long as you're okay. Yeah,
Right. That's probably why she didn't kill me.
probably. Yeah, Liza, right? If your kids come in dirty and they're happy and tired, boy,
That's right.
that is a success right there.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't know. We got to get that back up and running, but I'm thinking somebody else should test drive it though,
Yes.
because yeah, somebody else should test drive that. And we got to get the old side by side up and running too. That's a little old clunker, but it would be good for the younger kids to get out there and experiment on.
Right.
Of course, we like to do with we like to take the when it rains, take
Hmm.
the tire, hook it up with the rope, and attach it to the Can-Am or the side, the four-wheeler or whatever you got,
Hmm.
and go mudding around the property. And you see,
Look,
whoo,
some of my most fond memories as a kid was playing outside in the rain, especially when the ditches would fill up with water and we'd go, oh my gosh, I just loved it.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It's raining and storming, and well, as long as it's not lightning.
Right. Mm, we didn't
Like,
care.
hey, they take a shower, they'll clean up.
Hmm.
That's the beauty of it. But we learned real quick when we moved out here, because my kids used to always be so nice and clean. Even when we go outside, they get a little dirty, but it wasn't anything horrible. And we moved out here. I can't keep them kids clean. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like when we get ready to go somewhere, I'm like, no, you just stay inside. We're getting ready to go. Because I mean, they go outside, and as soon as they go outside, they're out there in the dirt piles. They're out in the creek. They're doing whatever. So it's like, don't go out there yet. We're going. We're leaving. We got to go this. Such and such place, whatever. And the worst one, Little Miss.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
She is,
Hmm.
man. Like, hey, let's play. They like take that. They throw it in the air. So it's like, hey, come on now. What are you doing?
Do
No
you
telling.
what's twig racing? Never heard of that.
Oh man, you didn't have any use for your side by side. Oh, LTT, they're so much fun. When it snowed here, remember when we had that snowmageddon? I know you remember that, LTT. Then we hooked the what did they hook up to it? The canoe? There was a canoe and something else that my husband hooked up and had the kids driving on down the road with them.
Huh. I've seen people do that. I didn't know that's what it was called, Amy.
When you waste a twig on a stream of water, huh?
Mm-hmm. We had a
Well,
creek right beside the house.
oh, well, that's interesting. I never did twig racing. Did you, Charlie Girl?
No. I've seen
Hmm.
people do it, but I didn't know that's what it was called.
How do you root on the twig, though? Go, Groot, go! Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. No. Oh, look. You know what? Some kids might be able to be trusted to do a little twig racing before school. Not mine.
No, they'd be in the water.
Mm-hmm. And then I get a call.
Mm-hmm.
They got on the bus like this. What?
Yep.
B's the worst one. I mean, he's oh my goodness. The stuff that they have one mud puddle up there. Guess who's in it?
B.
Him. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Without fail. Yeah, we had that. You know, in scouting, the Boy Scouts, they had the racing regatta race. They take
Mm-hmm.
gutters camping. You know, they take the gutters and they had
Yeah.
their little sailboats they'd make, and they have to float them down the thing, and then they clean the
Mhm.
gutters, and that's what they serve the ice cream in.
Oh my
Sure,
goodness.
we did. The boys loved it. They loved it. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I know my husband. He made a mistake one time of giving them boys. They wanted to build something,
Hmm.
so he gave them some nails and hammer.
Oh no.
I know, Charlie girl. I tell you, sometimes I wonder. I said, look, he was upset because they had went and apparently it wasn't enough what he had given them to use. The tools just weren't cutting it, so they went and got into some of his other tools.
Uh-oh.
Hmm. Yeah, I was like, well, they tried. I just don't think that the impact drill. I don't think was necessary, but whatever.
Didn't one of them paint part of your or somebody's vehicle, part of the vehicle, like the bumper or something recently?
The hood, yeah, the Mustang, the hood to the Mustang. Hmm.
What? I didn't know
Hmm.
that. I thought it was one of the trucks.
Oh, they got that too. Yeah,
I
it
didn't hear
was
about the
the
Mustang.
yes. That's why we had to call her son and tell him because he had gotten he got a
Okay, I
different hood
do
for
remember that. Yep.
he had it out there, and then our son had he's got the cover for his truck, and he has it
Mm-hmm.
off and moving stuff or whatever in it. So that was propped up there, and they had gotten into the silver spray paint, and yeah,
Yep.
him and his friend went out there and had a good old time.
Yep. I remember now. And the
Oh
friend went
shit.
home.
The friend got to go home,
Yep.
but the friend got a little talking to from his dad too. He's like, oh. I was like,
Yeah.
oh crap, these boys are in trouble now. But they're young. They're young. Yeah, it's don't play with the spray paint, man. What are you doing? Well, I know how to use it.
It doesn't mean you should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they were trying to blame everybody but themselves. But you two were the ones that were over there, and having to call my son and tell him, "Were you really partial to the old hood on your Mustang, or might need a little paint job now? I'm not sure how to get that spray paint off of there."
Right.
Which, you know, and they know that's the thing. They're not supposed to be. That's the two golden rules. This is why they get in trouble when they do it. Two golden rules is you don't go into the shop unless Dad or I are with you, or one of the older kids, one of the adults.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not supposed to play in there, and there's nothing in there that you need to be going to get. Okay. Unless, I guess, of course, the impact, I mean, whatever. I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't go and they probably could have pulled out saws and chainsaws and everything else. I don't know. But there's just a lot of stuff in there. They're not supposed to be in there, and they're not supposed to be in the garage.
Right.
Two simple rules, and, you know, my kids have the thing of rules are meant to be broken and we're going to break them. That's their motto. So that's their, they're like, eh. So they went out to the shop and grabbed spray paint. I was like, oh gosh, I don't even know what that silver spray paint was for.
Mm.
I'm not sure. I know it was some kind of project, but I don't even know. No telling. It's like, well, that's just great. And then I found, okay, when they have crazy hair day at school?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Charlie girl, I found this today actually.
Oh
Um,
shit.
I went and did the whole crazy hair day for him, getting the hairspray that's colored, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why. I went into my closet and I did not have time to investigate thoroughly, okay? But it's where I have like, how my closet is in the end. I have all those cubby holes and I have
Mm-hmm.
I needed some hair product.
Yeah.
Tell me why the can of yellow hairspray has been sprayed.
Oh my God.
What the hell? I was like, oh my, and I was getting ready to leave, so I was like, I gotta investigate this more. I didn't see it anywhere else, but doesn't mean it isn't. I was like, y'all, somebody's gonna be answering for this. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Y'all crazy. Y'all, if I survive these youngins, I don't know. Y'all pray for me. I said, man, so I'm gonna have to get in there and clean that up and see what all they did. I don't know. I'm just not sure. And I'm sure I know who the culprits of that was too.
Oh, of course.
hmm I was like, they, had the heyday in my bathroom with
Yep.
hairspray. And you know who that was?
Mm-hmm.
A little lady. She loves all my stuff. And
Yep.
I said, what is all this? What is on this? And then I said, oh my God. There was hairspray on the mirror. She sprayed it all over the place on my little area over there. My reading glasses were covered with hairspray. I was like, what on earth are you doing?
Oh
And
Lord.
I hope she learned her lesson. Leave my stuff alone.
She ain't learned her lesson. You know she ain't learned her lesson.
Nah, she's still gonna be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna find something she's doing.
And stand there and lie right to your face.
Oh, she does too. She won't admit nothing. At least her brother does. He folds quick. A lot of times he'll fold and tell me, "Hey, we did
Uh-huh.
this." Oh, okay, really? Oh.
Did you tell him that he asked you the other morning when it was your birthday? He said, "Did you know they were going to take you out for dinner?" And you're like, "No," and he's like, "Oh."
He said, Oh, like, oh shit. And then he goes, happy birthday. Turns around, walks away. It's like, let me get out of here. Don't say nothing. I didn't want to get, I didn't say no. I didn't want to, feel too bad. I was like, it's okay. Ruining the surprise for me. That's okay.
Right.
It's funny. Stuff that, these kids do, I'll tell you. And keep you going. Keep you going. That's why I say sometimes I'm too old for this shit. What the heck? But we got less than 10 years and they'll all be over 18. And,
Right. It keeps you
Yeah.
young, though.
well, I don't know if it keeps me young, but keeps me going, I guess,
Yeah.
Like, and, until then, anybody want a couple kids?
Forget everything we said.
Oh, they're really good. They're just perfect angels.
Exactly. You don't even know they're there.
Mm-hmm. Well, they won't drive you crazy at all.
Mm-mm.
No, the trick with them is keeping them busy. You just got
Yeah.
to keep them busy, occupied, because if left to their own devices, it's trouble,
Yeah.
mayhem, But just don't give them a hammer and nails and think you're going to be good.
Right.
And I'm really still perplexed at why they needed some of the other tools when I went out and saw what they were building. I don't know. I think the hammer and nails was probably a bit much. Because, I mean, they had some old pieces of wood and twigs and leaves. It just seemed a little excessive,
Mhm.
like, do you want my glue gun? Like,
They'll be like, sure.
oh, I know, they would, yeah. Be like, heck yeah, just don't touch the end, it'll burn you.
Mhm.
They could have glued that stuff together.
Mhm.
Unless there was more I didn't see, which maybe I should have gone further down the trail. Maybe there was something else they were building. They swore that was it, so shit. I should have checked further down. No telling. I'll find it one of these days. I'll go over. That's what they were making. Okay. All right. Oh lordy. All right. Well, you ready to end this story, girl?
Yes, ma'am.
'Cause I gotta get up in the morning, go to my doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll tell me, "Hey, you're healed. There's nothing wrong with you."
Okay. Let's hope
Well,
so.
near my birthday, they tell me something else is going on. So
Uh-huh.
maybe I waited enough. Maybe it's far enough out. They'll be like, "Hey, you're good. You don't need to take any of this anymore." Okay,
Right.
cool. Awesome.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody have a good night and a
Yep.
good week.
Yep. Y'all have a great, great night. We will chat with you later. Just wanted to pop on and chat a little bit. You guys have a great night and have a great week. This is Sunday, starting off another week. Hopefully it's great for everybody. I hope everybody's weather lightens up. It's nice and warm. Or if you like the cold, leave it cold, But y'all have a great night. We'll chat with y'all later.
Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't stop me, you can't stop me now. Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't lock me, you can't lock me down. I will not lay down my arms. Ready to be covered in scars. 'Cause I will always be a warrior. Late nights, get lost, hard work, the cost. Can't quit, can't stop. This world all cut off. Don't have time to waste, not now. Need to find a way to get out. 'Cause I'm gone in deep. Get lost in the weeds. You know it's all about the conquest, what's next? You gotta put the work in like you're obsessed. Think about what you want, what's your future? What kind of person would it take to seduce her? So what's next? Be obsessed with winning and your success. Make progress, this life is never promised. So feel blessed, live life, don't be too cautious. Trust the process.
In too deep, I'll never quit. I wanna see this through. Yeah, I'm all in, and I will hold my head up high. Got what it takes to fight and survive.
Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't stop me, you can't stop me now. Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't lock me, you can't lock me down.